For you, the president.
That's Not Why You Called. Hosted by Lefty.
I deserve to be blown.
Dr. Chiz.
One more chance.
Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. It's That's Not Why You Called.
And here we go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to That's Not Why You Called, episode number 20. 20th episode. You were about to go for a third one, weren't you? Oh. You're
Still
unmuted
going.
now.
Wow.
Yes! Oh. You know, I shouldn't have taken last week off. But anyway, welcome to episode number 20 of That's Not Why You Called. Is this special?
It is special.
Why? Well, you have a specific reason for it being special.
Do.
And okay, so what are you all excited about?
I wanted one of two things to happen to time it perfectly. One, well, my birthday is next week, and that is October 24th. And originally it was kind of lining up that we were going to do episode 24 on the 24th, which would have been baller. But even better, we skipped a couple weeks because of sicknesses and because you don't pay us enough, people. And now
we're still waiting on that 100K. We're still waiting on it.
Fuck you, people. And 21st episode of That's Not What We Call will be next week on the 24th, which is my 21st birthday.
Oh my God.
I will be fucking so flabbergasted drunk that show. I don't care if anyone else joins me. And I will be the most intelligent person in the conversation.
Oh God.
It's going to be great.
All right. So, long story short, shorten the show because Chiz is too drunk to make any sense. And
better no sense than falling asleep.
Right, that's true. Better at least you're here making no sense as opposed to just sleeping and still.
Well, I was saying some people when they drink they fall asleep on shows.
Who's that? Who might that be?
That might be our friend Wings of Redemption, who doesn't drink, period, and when he does do a drinking episode of Painkiller Already, passes out sometimes during
Painkiller
it.
Already.
See, I knew I fucked up.
Already.
I said it like a baby, so I kept talking like a baby to make it look like I did it on purpose. But then he pointed it out, and then I explained it.
Yeah, and here we are. But yeah, but he was so. I was like, Wings. So I don't drink a lot. I'm saying I know you don't drink a lot. That's why you shouldn't be drinking the vodka straight from the bottle. Because
you don't need no chaser.
He didn't even make a drink out of it. He was just chugging from the bottle. Like, dude, what do you?
The one before that was like Jack Daniels or something, like 100-year-old whiskey. It's like, why don't you just drink light beer, you know, or a fruity drink? Go the Woody route, you know. He doesn't drink either. He gets something girly. Nothing wrong with that.
But no, this is episode 21 will be on your 21st birthday, which is
fucking perfect,
which is cool. But this is episode
and the week before, and then next week we have Halloween.
Oh, we're gonna fall onto Halloween, aren't we?
We will be on a Halloween. I'm so finding something to dress up as. I'm gonna paint my face white.
Oh man.
Totally be a ninja. I'll do the show as a ninja.
I'm gonna dress up as Dr. House.
Okay.
But Ghost Dr. House. Don't judge me because I've actually done that before, okay? I walk around school with the cane, the shoes, the pants, the shirt. I just yell at people and curse at them.
Okay, but the Ghost Dr. House? I don't get it.
Well, I want to paint my face.
Oh. So you're
white,
looking for
like
any reason to paint your face.
Well, I feel like that will help show that I'm dressed up as Halloween because this is the Dr. House hat. He wears this in a lot of episodes, so it would be no different than the current facade I put on. But if I paint my face like a skeleton, then I'm the walking skeleton of Dr. House.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay, so that makes a little sense.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to dress up like somebody that dresses in normal clothes for Halloween because then a lot of people ask. Okay. That makes
I trick-or-treated with a briefcase one year. I was a dead businessman. I was all.
So you just take random things and make them dead, and that's your Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Like I'm a
It's so
dead
much
fireman.
easier. Well, because I don't want to wear a fucking mask. You can't hear me. It's hot. I'm going to pass out in the street. Someone's going to jack my candy bag. I ain't got time for that.
You don't want people jacking.
And I
your
don't want
candy bag.
I don't want to wear a cloak like the Grim Reaper, because then I'm fucking stepping on a cloak the whole entire night, or people are stepping on it. That's no fun either.
Mhm.
You know, like the giant black robe thing.
Right,
and
but
it
then you can
comes
just
down.
hold it like lift it up like a dress and walk around that way. Like
Well,
girls
then
do
I-
when they're wearing dresses.
That's gay. If anything, I tuck it into my shirt, and then I have this really poofy shirt, like a pirate, a poofy pirate shirt.
Nobody wants to be a pirate though.
You didn't get the reference.
The poofy pirate shirt. It's a Seinfeld reference, right?
There you go. Yes.
Right, and I picked up the reference because I said nobody wants to be a pirate because I don't want to be a pirate. Or
I
however.
don't want to be a pirate. Seinfeld, one of the best shows of all time. The
Even though
best
Jerry
sitcom.
Seinfeld is a bad actor.
He's a bad actor, and even I don't like his comedy that much. Maybe it's just because it's too clean cut,
Yeah.
but he's doing something right.
Hmm. But I think Seinfeld being a bad actor actually helps in some cases. Because the
was
fact that he
the-
can't sell things like him playing off of George is, or Jason Alexander as George.
Jason Alexander's awesome.
Jason
I
Alexander.
didn't like whoever plays Elaine. I forget her name. I didn't like him. when she
Julia
did all
Louis
those-
Dreyfus.
I didn't like him when she did all those like yogurt commercials or whatever, or some kind of good food or Tupperware commercials, something like that.
Why didn't you like that?
I don't know. It just felt out of place. Like if I saw Kramer selling something on ads, it would just feel wrong. Like I only know her from that show.
Right.
Whereas someone like Jason Alexander, he does a lot of different things.
See, I only knew him from that show. He was apparently like a struggling TV actor at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He had a few different shows. But
What was it? Who? Larry David. It was funny that he's such a good writer, and he was supposed to play the role of George, but he knew he couldn't pull it off, so he casted someone as George.
right.
That's random, but Larry David, everybody. Are you looking at your phone?
Yeah.
We're doing a show.
I had a message that I had to respond to.
She's right there. Right there.
But no, it was a good show. So, but okay, so 20 episodes. Is this a thing? Like, how long
And
do normal
35.
YouTube podcasts? And
35.
35? Why? Why 35?
Lefty show.
Oh,
that
oh, you add in.
Yeah.
Okay. But
35, 36.
okay, so but I mean, how long did YouTube podcasts normally last?
Not a year. We're about to hit that pretty soon.
Well, I mean, the show we haven't done a year's worth of shows. That'll happen when we hit 52. We'll be
Well, I guess if you want to, we haven't done a year worth of shows, but we've been going for a year.
Mhm.
So that's pretty good. Most of them last like what, maybe 4 months max. I want to say, maybe half a year.
Yeah, that's true. PTFO didn't last very long.
PTFO didn't last very long. ChronoCast went on for a couple months, maybe. I've been on several that only lasted like 2-3 months. I think like the Game Station podcast, which is now called Polaris because of their network change of name. Or no, it's called something else, like Co-optional Podcast. They've been going on for a long time. PK has been going on for like 3 years now.
I mean, gaming-centered podcasts, because obviously there's a
Yeah.
whole lot of other podcasts run by actual, professional
why-
entertainers.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan has, 300-something episodes to his
Adam
credit.
Carolla's been going on for like 5 years.
Yeah, but I think I wonder if there's anything to that podcasts started by traditionally gamers are more ragtag, don't tend to be very I don't want to say structured or professional, but
Oh, KB Mod.
KB Mod, yeah, but they've got like a whole business around that.
Yeah, that's true.
And Rooster Teeth,
Their
same
podcast
thing.
is like, Rooster Teeth. I forgot they've been going on for 4 years. I want to say 5 years, maybe.
Mhm.
I think 2009 is when I started listening to them, or 2008, something like that. So they've been going, but that's also and that's why they rebranded themselves to Rooster Teeth Podcast, because they don't just talk about. They have a gaming podcast now, on Wednesdays. They talk about all kinds of shit, and we do that too. I mean, we're from a gaming background, but we don't. It's usually rare when we talk about games.
Yeah.
So we kick ass. We've been going for a long time.
And we're going to keep going. And you should hit the follow button if you're watching this on Twitch, where, if you haven't known already, that's where the live episodes of That's Not Why You Called will now be streamed too, because YouTube streaming is a pain in the ass. And you guys can hit the follow button there. You can like the video on YouTube if you're watching this as a VOD. Hit the favorite button as well. If you want to interact with the show, you can do that. Hashtag TNWYC. You've got a nice spiffy chat function in front of you on Twitch that you can feel free to use as well.
And you can join us for the pre-streams. We start those half an hour early.
Oh, yeah, that's a new thing. That's right. We tried it today. I didn't really hype it as I probably should. But if you're watching this now, wherever you're watching this, if you want to make it to a live show, we are going to try a new thing now where we start a pre-stream, or a pre-show, not like a pre-stream, because the very fact that we are streaming means that there can't be a pre-stream. The pre-stream is only when there is no stream. We're going to start a pre-show starting at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, and that's for the purposes of just getting people involved, getting people into the chat, into the room, because not a lot of the viewership grows as the show starts. And I was thinking, like, well, and Shiz and I were thinking, it's like, well, since viewers take a while to hit their maximum, whatever it's going to be, why don't we start earlier to try to get as many people in as possible, get click to tweets going to hype up the show, and that can be a little more I guess unplugged in the colloquial sense form of the show. And then if I get a sub button, because I've been live streaming a lot, and if you're a fan of those, you should go to twitch.tv/lefty643 and hit the follow button. If I get a sub button, we can do like subscriber only chat for the pre-show, and just interact with subscribers there, and all that cool stuff, concurrent with all kinds of other great stuff you would get from subscribing to such a prolific and awesome gaming channel.
Somebody just asked, why don't I stream this at the same time? And my question to you, sir, is why? All that would do was, all that would, you're going to see the same thing, and all that would do is split viewers, and that's not bueno for the show.
Yeah. I mean, you can if you want.
I don't want to. That's extra work for me.
Right, and because, you straight, like, that's a great thing, is that when you can be able to be on a show and not have to worry about producing it.
Mm-hmm.
When you just worry about being on the show, like when I was on earlier on PKA, because now I have to record it and I have to worry, like, shit.
Yes, you do.
They're not going to, I hope they don't hear me playing a video game or
watch what comes up on my screen.
Right. Well, because having a second monitor helps that, but I've got to. Okay, I can't click on YouTube videos, or if I do, I got to be really quick on muting them. But in the early days of being on PKA, when I was on PTFO, it was great just to sit back like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like, you tweet it out and you're good. So,
I go on PK. I don't tweet it out. I just go on for the ride. Like,
no, and then I sabotage it because fuck you.
Yeah, seriously. For those that don't know, I was on last week, and because I was on last week and Wings wasn't on last week, they all fucked up their recordings on purpose.
On purpose, it was totally on purpose.
Even though it was fucking great. I was telling Woody that like there were little things that were funny in there, like the whole, like when Kyle did the Wings questions, but also things like the whole Woody being inceptionized into the world of like Best Buy or something. That was a whole long thing. That was super funny.
That whole bit was hilarious.
It was awesome. I mean, that's just something, and it was developing as we thought about it, and that's just something you can't recreate now.
No, I mean, we can talk about the idea, but just as a bit, that can't. That's why sometimes, like when we have good topics before the show, it's like, wow, man, like I don't even want to talk about some things. I don't even want to start talking about them because sometimes you'll blow your load early.
You'll lose that magic.
You'll lose the magic, and then when you talk about it again, everything else just feels canned.
Blow your load.
That's what I was giggling at.
If I had a nickel for every time. Every single time, if I had a nickel.
He's blown his load premature so many times.
Oh man, I would not be yelling at people for running ad block. But anyway, we appreciate everybody coming out. Be sure to hit that follow button. Is there a click to tweet, Katie, in the chat?
There is.
Can you get that going? Bring
Hit
it
the
up.
click to tweet. Did you know a baby doesn't die every time you hit the click to tweet? But if you don't, you're killing 5 of them.
Yeah,
At the
hitting
rate
the
of
click
one
to
save.
tweet saves a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Seriously?
so unless you are an overt baby killer, you want to hit that click to tweet button and then hit that follow button.
Yeah, and if you kill babies, what is wrong with you? Why are you here?
Seriously, wow.
This is not the show for you.
Fucked
We
up.
don't
We don't
support
kill
that.
babies.
Fuck you. You know.
Oh, wow.
To those that don't hit the click to tweet, fuck you. Don't have a Twitter.
Degenerates.
You're killing 10 babies if you don't even have a
Yeah,
Twitter.
if you don't have a Twitter, get on Twitter, bro. Same with Google
Yeah.
Plus. Get on Google Plus. Fucking. Is there a way to
I
get
saw
rid
you
of that?
tweet about that. That is so annoying. And thank God, because I just discovered, and I heard about it for a while, but I didn't know how it worked. Mozilla Thunderbird is an email client like Microsoft Outlook, and I just opened that and started running it, and I can have multiple email accounts on there tied in all together, and I can open all of them, look at all my inboxes. So nice now, because before I had to have 2 Gmail tabs open, one for my personal and another one for business related stuff. And now I don't have to do that. And it sucks because I would go on YouTube and it's like logged into my personal account. That's why sometimes every time I've been on PK, you see my full name. And because I just click the link and it's automatically that. And it's so annoying. It's like, and then if I sign into my YouTube account, it's like, do you want to sign in as, and it has my name, Dr. Chiz, and then it's like, or do you want to pick, you know, the email address associated with the account as my name on there? I'm like, no, pick this, save it as a fucking default. Don't ask me every time I sign in. It's so annoying. I hate that. I have like 3 Gmails, and for some reason it doesn't save some of them because I have to go to add an account every time.
Right.
I'll see 2 of them there and not the 3rd one, and it's just such a pain in the ass. Fuck you, YouTube, for your all-in-one encompassing thing. If you had done it right, it might have worked. You didn't do it right, like most things you do. It fucking sucks.
But is there any way to get? I hate that notification. I'm not going to link my Google Plus account with my YouTube channel, and I don't give a shit about either Google Plus or your new comment section. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want it. I don't need to want it. You can, notify me once, and then I click the X. I don't ever want to see that X or that notification again. I don't care about your failed attempt at social media, Google. When we say YouTube, we also mean Google. Yeah. But I don't care. Wait, stop. No. If I wanted to, I would have done it already. Just why is there a need to now I have to get used to seeing that stupid off orange little bar.
Well, and every time I go into, I've accepted, I think my YouTube and my Google Plus is tied to one, and the reason I did it was because you can change your Google. If you go into Google Plus, I can set it to say Dr. Chiz, and it'll show that on YouTube now. It doesn't say Dr. Coffee MD, it says Dr. Chiz. So that's why I did it. And I don't know why, but every time it doesn't matter what Gmail I'm logging into,
Google's just, I don't know. They got to justify their existence somehow, and Google is not giving up on Google Plus. Google isn't giving up on it. I don't know why. Just give up on Google Plus. Stop.
But what I was saying was every time I log into my Gmail, because I have to do it for the show, it pops up and says, these are people that you may know. Do you want to pick them or whatever? And I always there's no, it's just continue to Google Plus. Like, why can't I just hit no? I don't want to add any of these people. I don't want to put them in any fucking circles because they're in my contacts for my email, so they're pulling them up into their Google Plus profile. And I'm like, no, I don't want any of this. I just use this for Hangouts. Please stop. I clicked it 3 times to get to my Google Plus today to get into here. I'm like, just stop. It's awful. I watched whatever their announcement show is a couple months back. It was so cool. It's like, here's the new things for our apps and stuff like that. Here's the new Hangout thing. And I was like, oh, the only thing new they did was the apps for your phone are way better for Google Hangout now. Like, it's a separate thing. I can go into Hangout app. I don't have to go to Google Plus like before. That is nice. But your fucking social media site still sucks assholes, and you're never going to be Facebook. Just stop it. I don't even use Facebook anymore. Want to know why? It fucking sucks. I hate it. I don't use any. I use it to spy on people I went to high school with and go, I have a better life than you, and damn it, I wish I had your life. That is all that Facebook is. It's just envy or ha-ha.
It's like a montage for your life.
It is.
That's all Facebook is. Because, a lot of people...
Montage.
Well, it's like a Call of Duty montage for your life, because a lot of the things that people don't realize about, sniping montages is that you don't play that way all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You're not, every time you step into a game of Call of Duty or Battlefield or whatever the gameplay competitive multiplayer montage is, that's a highlight reel. Those are selected from hours, sometimes days of clips, days worth of clips. And those are the best and the brightest, and those are dusted off, separated from the chaff, and placed in up to music. And that's all Facebook is. It's just look at these great things in my life that I want to tell everybody about.
Well, it's like the extremes. Nobody's like, I went to Subway today. That's a Twitter thing.
That's what Twitter is for.
Yeah, it's
or
either
Instagram at Subway. Click.
Yeah, it's either I got this job, or we're pregnant, or something like this, or it's today is horrible. I got into a car accident. My phone died. I lost all my contacts, which I don't know why that still goes on in 2013. Fucking save your contacts somewhere.
Do people still do that? Do they start groups like, I need your phone numbers again?
I need your phone number. I lost my phone, or my phone number changed. If it did, please comment it on this Facebook post so everyone can see your phone number as well. So fucking dumb. I hate Facebook. You're dead. I want Twitter. So
and I read Facebook is they removed they plan to remove an option that prevents your profile from being searched if people know your name. They're removing that privacy feature.
Mm-hmm. I think I heard that. Yeah.
I know there's a privacy feature to where they can't search you unless they're like a friend of a friend, like through your name or your email.
I don't know if those are safe.
Or your phone number.
I don't know.
Facebook is so dodgy. What they would do is every time they would have a big update, they would default roll back your privacy settings so you'd be open again. They would do that every time. I don't know if they still do it, but that's what they would do for the longest time. Is they would, whatever they were to, no one can see my profile or only friends can see it, they would uncheck all that shit and make it public again through all of their updates, and they caught a lot of flack for it.
Facebook, and that's what Google
That's
Plus
why
is
their
doing.
IPO was horrible.
And that's what Google Plus is doing. That's YouTube's idea of we've got to get a handle on comment trolls. It's like, what? We just remove and block. That's why
It still doesn't work. I can look at what your fucking Google Plus name is.
Yeah, but it's like, the whole idea is we're going to make people use their real names so they're less likely to be assholes about things, which I guess is kind of true on Facebook.
And that's what Wings' kind of thing was. I don't even know if he's back on Twitter, but he's like, on Facebook, I can see the motherfucker. I'm quoting him. That's his name right there. I can see his Facebook and stuff. And Facebook, I feel like that's more true. That's as close as you're going to get to getting rid of anonymity on the internet. It's like a Facebook, It's hard to talk shit when that's your only profile. But Google Plus, I can fucking... My thing on here is my first name and Shizzy afterwards. That is not my full name, believe it or not. I am not C squared. But if I start rapping,
you're not cubic centimeters. You're not that.
Bam, bam. No.
But oh well.
I don't believe in those fucking
science.
metrics.
How does that shit work? Yeah.
Metrics.
So what? It's the metric system, and it's better than pretty much anything we have. So
yeah.
What?
Well. This is a foot. Here.
No, that's a cubit. From your elbow to the end of your middle finger, that's a cubit.
I was going elbow to wrist, which is about a foot.
Oh, is that?
Look at that. It's not just a foot, it's an arm.
It's a part of an arm. I'm
going to start. If I was in a math class still, I would do that. I'd be like, part of an arm. And like parentheses, put inner elbow to wrist. For everything. Fuck feet. I ain't got time to measure with feet.
Feet are stinky. Who wants to do that?
Right? That's especially in the time when that unit of measurement was made up, the fucking medieval times and shit like that. They didn't have odorizers or, odor eaters or anything like that.
And they only took baths like once a month.
Yeah.
And that's if you were royalty. Only
if you
royalty.
were in good standing.
Yeah.
If you're just some guy.
Trench foot. Have you seen trench foot? Can you imagine how that smells? You want that guy measuring out the next castle? No, you don't.
Stop. Ew.
Fucking, that is the most...
That's how the plague started. Because they didn't take baths.
I get people died from mustard gas and all that stuff in World War I, but trench foot is like probably the worst thing to come out of that. That looks awful. It's like, that's my foot. It's like, oh, it's like a
that's
gnome
just from being submerged in water. And
It's just
dirty
water and
yeah.
dampness and stuff. It just breeds bacteria and
Yeah, that's no, that's
green.
that's screwed up. That's messed up.
So gross. I don't need none of that shit.
Let's change the subject away from things that are gross.
Yeah, let's.
like
and-
pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. I don't like pumpkin.
Oh, well,
Flavor
you're a
thing.
fucking
Pie is
communist.
decent.
See, I don't get it. Like everybody's like, "Oh, pumpkin spice this, pumpkin that." This
No,
time
I'm
of year,
not
It's like, I
that,
don't really
but
care.
pumpkin pie. That's the only thing pumpkin I like. Pumpkin seeds are good too.
I got
I'm a
pumpkin
big
spice latte at McDonald's today, and it's not all that great.
Ew. Well, one McDonald's, two pumpkin.
Well, compared
spice.
to Starbucks.
Yeah. What is it? What is the one they have during Christmas? Peppermint mocha or something like that. Starbucks
I think yeah,
it's way too sweet for me. Way too sweet. I'll just put a candy cane in my mouth and then drink normal coffee. Way better. Not as sweet.
And you know what? Candy canes are right up there with candy corn.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm saying that. Okay.
What? You're
Yes.
a fucking idiot.
Candy
No.
canes are right up there with candy
Everything
corn.
he said in the past and this point forward is
You mean that they're gross
It's just I don't know.
or they're overrated?
They're overrated. They're supremely overrated.
Okay.
I don't think that's what you meant when
They're
I
not
heard
gross.
No,
candy
they're not-
corn is gross.
Candy corn isn't really that gross.
It sucks ass. It's like the worst candy you can think of. I'd rather the only thing I would
It's-
rather
like,
have
it's-
candy
it's-
corn over is taffy.
It's not great candy, but it's not like it tastes like ass. It's still there's still some kind of candy value to it, but it's just supremely overrated because people buy it thinking people will eat it, and everybody's just kind of like meh. You got any Three Musketeers?
All I do with those is like I'll bite the yellow parts off both and then like stick two of them together, make a diamond, and then I'll eat that.
Candy diamond, yes.
Yeah, it's like
Or you can
Oreos. I play with
just
them
cut out
more.
just get the candy pumpkin ones because they're the same exact flavor.
Are they orange?
Yeah, the little the little orange pumpkin things. They're like they taste exactly like candy corn. They're
Are
just
they
in the
shaped
shape
like
of a pumpkin.
pumpkins?
Yeah, they're shaped like
Oh,
a pumpkin. That's
okay,
why I say
yeah.
little pumpkin things.
Sorry.
Well,
Damn.
what else would they be?
But you're so fucking wrong on this candy cane thing. I wish candy canes were year round. I would fucking like the only thing close to it is a mint. You know?
But then get a mint. You don't
But
need
it's
that
not the
much
same
mint. Your
thing.
breath isn't that bad. That
Dude,
you need candy cane levels of mintiness.
I smoke menthols. I need as much mint in my life as I can get. I eat mint chocolate chip ice cream,
I do too.
which is the right kind of ice cream to eat in any situation.
Only
people.
kind of ice cream. Only
Meh.
kind.
Meh.
I think Katie's coffee, right?
during around the winter time when Baker Square comes out with their minty French silk pie. Oh yeah, it's like
I've
mint.
never had minty French silk pie.
I've never heard of
They've
this.
got like little, instead of the little pieces of chocolate, like turned
It's
truffled chocolate.
peppermints.
Yeah, they're like peppermint. Oh, so good. Oh, now I want some. Damn it.
But candy canes are overrated in the sense that they franchise them too hard. Like, I can't think of a good example, but candy cane, red and white, peppermint. That is a fucking candy cane. The only other exception to this rule, maybe, is the rainbow ones, which taste a little fruity or
No,
whatever.
green and
gross.
white. Green and
Yes.
white are okay. The green and white
Chocolate ones are really good.
They make chocolate ones.
They make chocolate
No,
mint.
no,
That's
no.
where you lost
Overrated.
me.
Overrated.
No, it's
Is it
really
just
good.
chocolate or does it
It's
also
really
taste
good,
like-
I swear. It's
Is
one
it
of my
just
favorites.
chocolate? or
Katie,
is
why
it
are you
also-
talking so much? This isn't your job. Go back to producer.
Fine, jeez.
I disagree, but I need to know: does it taste like chocolate, or does it have peppermint and chocolate?
It's mainly it's more pepperminty than chocolate. It tastes more like peppermint. It's really subtle. and
To be
it's-
true,
it's
to be
good.
truthful, I've never tried one, so I might actually.
I've never
It's
seen
good.
one. Are they
Um,
brown?
They're green and brown.
I've seen the green and brown ones. I just never.
Yeah.
Tried them. Okay, so that's what those are all about.
But like, there's
good.
pink ones. I don't like the pink ones. I think those are bubble gum. Like they over franchise them. Like red and white, the rainbow ones, and I will give a pass on Katie's because they sound good because they are more mint than chocolate. You got 3 flavors of candy cane. That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a question: people that use those to decorate their trees, do those people eat them after they're done?
Nope.
How do you use them to why would you use them
I
to
never
decorate your
do.
trees? Just get ornaments like a normal American.
Nah, you got to throw some candy canes on.
Oh, like my
No.
mom always buys
Just get those.
like a
just get
thing
those
of
little
candy.
crappy
They're like
aluminum
50
ornaments.
cents. They're like 50 cents
I
for a
don't
box. You
care.
throw a
I don't want
box
food on
there.
the freaking tree. Ornaments. Maybe some garland. Maybe
Katie,
mom would
candy
always do
canes
like
on the
a-
tree.
not tinsel because that shit gets everywhere.
I could care less. I just know my mom always did it.
Couldn't
All
care
right,
less.
so there. But here, all right, I'm gonna go to the extreme now of putting food on the tree. Who actually puts those stringed popcorns on their trees. I've never known anyone. I see it in movies all the time. Like, yeah, we're gonna.
Those
take
are like
popcorn.
old movies.
Yeah, it's like
I'm pretty sure.
that's like a.
That's what they used to do.
A Christmas Carol is the one about.
Let's not start this because I'll school you all. You were so wrong in that PK. Like, I was like, A Christmas Carol is not a thing. A Christmas Story is the one with the gun and the BB thing.
Right, but what's
Miracle on 21st Street is one.
but
Christmas
what's the
Carol is
other?
a play.
Okay, right. Okay then, but yeah, A Christmas Story that was like set in the 50s. That's
Yeah.
why they did the popcorn thing.
But I'm not just. I'm talking even recent. Like, if like Family Guy spoofs something. I've seen that so many times. I've never seen anyone, old, young, would do that. That is such a painstaking task of sticking a needle through popcorn, which is fragile enough as it is, and gonna put it on the tree. Like, why not just buy beads? There's some tinsel on there, but tinsel sucks ass. Anything.
All right. Well, when we come back from our first scheduled timeout, we got a little bit of.
I'm
we got
talking
some topics we want to talk
about.
about.
I found a new topic. I'm gonna bring it up after the.
Oh, is this your secret topic
Segues.
that you wouldn't tell us about?
It's not, but I thought of it since we talked about food for a good bit, so it'll flow right in.
All right. Don't go anywhere. Be sure to hit that follow button. Hang out in the chat, and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
I'm a little rusty. Just a little bit rusty. Coming back. Welcome back. That's not what you called. Episode 20 special. Blah, blah.
You fucked up.
All right. You know what, Mister? I don't have to do anything. You want to try producing this sumbitch? With the
No.
going to break, coming back, and because XSplit is all weird when you change scenes, sometimes the audio gets crackly, so you got to mute it and unmute it, and then make sure the Hangout's not muted, and then you got to start the thing, but then you got to make sure that you turned up the board again, and blah, 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 blah.
You did good, babe.
Thank you, Katie.
No problem.
Just go
Well,
fuck yourself.
Did all right. Yeah.
All right, what's your secret topic that you?
I've been watching Cake Boss.
Oh God.
Okay.
And dude, there's this thing called fondant, and I've never seen it on a cake before. It's like they ice the cake, and it's the cake, and it what?
You've never seen fondant before?
No,
Fondant.
it's like this doughy. It's like sugar dough, and like
Oh, is that
Yeah.
what it like uniformly
They
covers
put on
the
in
cake?
sheets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You've seen it, you just haven't known what
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
I've
bakers
never-
use it all the time.
I've only had those shitty birthday cakes that have icing on top.
Yeah, those are the best though. I don't care. I prefer icing to this fondant crap.
Yeah, fondant isn't that good tasting.
No, it's just kind of it's more decorative than it is. I mean, it is edible, but it's not.
But they use that, and then when they can't use that because they need to shape something, they use modeling chocolate, so it's just chocolate. And it look, oh my god, I just picture how expensive these cakes are, and I'm like, I'll never have one of those cakes. Like they build like a movie set on like a 5 foot by 3 foot.
Why do you
wide
want one of
table.
these cakes?
They look, they're like, we take vanilla and then chocolate pound cake, and we put a little with dirty icing. The icing looks so good, and then like we put ganache in it, and we put all this shit in it, and that's just the actual cake portion. Then they decorate it with like all this chocolate and all this other shit. I'm like, fuck, if I had like $150 to burn, it would go into that cake right there. Like, just get me a giant microphone or a guitar. I want this cake. It's so good. I want the
We'll
cake.
get on that for your birthday.
Everyone
Where have you been
donate.
watching Cake Boss? by the way?
Netflix.
Cake Boss
Netflix.
is on Netflix.
6 seasons of it.
Yep,
I'm
it
already
is.
burned
I've
through.
watched it on Netflix.
How far have you gotten
Because-
through?
Like I've
Who
watched like
cares?
one
It's
episode.
a show about fucking cakes.
I put it on in the background when I'm doing something.
It's more about the creative aspect of building the cakes, I would say.
All
And they
right.
make some pretty cool cakes.
They put they're like, we're gonna take the electrics from a toy fire truck and put it into a cake fire truck so it still has the lights and stuff, and put a smoke machine in it. The roulette table cake was so cool it actually spun. I'm like, oh my god, I want to eat that and play with it at the same time, and that can be taken out of context and used in a 30 sentence.
Yeah.
But Cake Boss, I highly recommend. Fondant. They say it almost all the time. I was like, if you played a drinking game where every time they said that word you took a shot, you wouldn't make it at the end of the 21 minutes. They're like, we covered it in a fondant, and they're all Italian. And it's like, oh, why are you in New Jersey?
Well, that's why. I mean, you know.
Yeah, well, but they actually are Italian. Like,
Yeah.
But there's my Cake Boss.
Okay,
thing.
cool. I guess Cake Boss available on Netflix.
It was funny. There was a comedian who tore it apart. He's like, how do you just arbitrarily make yourself the boss of a food? I am now the boss of ham.
That's true. Well, I mean, it's clear that it is that it was meant to be like a you know, like a play on them
Right.
being Italian, etc. Wow, it says I dropped 17 frames. I wonder why that happened. I wonder if that was coming to break or out of it. Because sometimes my hard drive needs to spin up.
You froze for a second for me. Maybe that was during it. You're good though.
Maybe just a random internet hiccup. Who knows? But we seem to be good. He's good.
Or you can blame Google or XSplit.
I'll blame Google or XSplit, but I can't because you're going to be working for XSplit now, so I can't rail on them as hard.
I'm just to pretend I'm not here.
Oh, okay.
Just to take
Well, because
myself away
that
from
would
the
kind of like co-opt you into being like, yeah, fuck XSplit, but you know, because what if one of your employers watches this and they see me being like, fucking XSplit, brr! And then you're
But
just,
OBS is just as bad.
okay, that's the way you
That-
bring it up.
That was
So-
I shouldn't have said that.
You shouldn't have said that.
I said OBS is just as bad, insinuating that in fact XSplit is bad. OBS is worse. Like,
See, but the way you properly frame that is, no matter how bad you think XSplit is, OBS is just as bad, if not worse.
and it is. I don't care what you people say. You're very limited on what you can do. I have random green screen issues for some reason now. So,
And XSplit came out with an update that makes it less of a CPU hog,
which is nice.
which is nice. And I found, because I was worried for a second, because a lot of people were telling me to use OBS, not only because of the PKA snafu, but I was trying to stream the Battlefield 4 beta. And we can get into this first topic to justify our existence on Twitch by talking about video games. I was trying to stream the Battlefield 4 beta, and normally what I do is I start a live stream to Twitch and I start a concurrent local recording. I don't just, because in XSplit you have the option to say also save the live stream as a separate recording, but that just saves it at the bit rate that you're streaming it at, and it saves it in FLV, which is no editing software plays nice with that. So you've got to, media players play fine with it. Editing software doesn't, or at least Sony Vegas doesn't. So you've got to convert it, and then you lose a lot of data in the conversion. So I have two recordings going, which is basically like doing double the work from a CPU standpoint. I think, I'm not exactly sure, but normally my PC can handle it. But I started playing Battlefield 4 in mid live stream while I was going. While I was doing the live stream / local recording, and 99% CPU usage. And I was like, that's not good.
That's melting.
No, that's bad. So I had to stop, and it turns out, through my independent testing, the Battlefield 4 beta, even with nothing else running, was sucking up 60 to 70% of my CPU usage.
Wow.
And I have an i7 2700K at the stock clock speed of 3.5 gigahertz. I haven't overclocked it, but I thought it was 3.2, but it's 3.5. And yeah, so the Battlefield 4 beta, amid other issues people were having, lots of driver issues. Katie, you couldn't play it, right?
Nope.
On PC, we're talking here, obviously.
Yeah.
Xbox, good luck. But
And you have a 680, and you have a 680.
I've got an MSI GTX 680 video card. So the Battlefield 4 beta was like a huge resource hog, and I'm wondering, was that the beta? Can we expect, because Battlefield 3 isn't like that? Can we expect the finished game, Battlefield 4, to be just as much of a CPU hog, as a resource hog, as the beta was? Because I asked a lot of people that were playing the game, because people were all the time in game chat complaining like, oh, I'm dropping all these frames, frame drop, all this stuff complaining. And one person, a lot of people were saying, Battlefield veteran said, well, what a lot of people don't remember is that the Battlefield 3 beta was bad too on PC. So I'm wondering, is that just something that happens because it's a beta? Is it a huge resource hog because it's a beta?
Right.
They haven't tried to whittle it down all the way for widespread release. Does that make any sense, or am I looking at, because the shitty part is that I like being able to do a local recording while I'm live streaming, because if there's any highlights, I can cut them up, upload them, and they're in a decent quality. They're not, recording with DxTory is still the best way to go. But I'm just wondering if that's a thing. Does that make any sense? Let me know in the chat, Chiz. What do you think?
Kinda, yeah. Because I think one, they got to go through. It's just a beta. The whole point of it is just to flush out bugs and stuff like that. But I'm sure they don't have the beta optimized. Like, I'm sure that's one of the last things they do is optimize everything so the game will run right at various things. And yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I mean, if you have that good of a setup and it's pinning your CPU to 60 to 70% with nothing else running, then that doesn't sound right, because that's a consumer level CPU, and the two series above you, the 3000 and the 4000, are not that big, vastly improved over it. So unless you're running, I guess, like enthusiast level 6-core Intel processors, I don't think they would direct their game to be that big of a resource hog. It's probably just not optimized and things like that. So that's what I would think.
Okay.
Especially if they have a history of.
Katie, you link something in the chat. What is this? I'll read up.
It's the IGN. They basically said that they released 3 patches with fixes for the high CPU usage during the beta.
Where does this?
It's a couple paragraphs under the
high CPU usage during the beta. CPU usage could sometimes skyrocket for dual, quad, and 6-core processors. This is from IGN. We identified some of the reasons and released 3 patches with fixes that went live during the beta to address the problems. This was a true beta, and as such, all the crash reports that were generated during this period will actually help us make a better game. That is from DICE. So that's cool. All right. That's good. Now, I was able to get the CPU usage down to about 40 to 50% by going into Task Manager, going to the process, and making it a low priority. Which, okay.
You didn't lose any frames?
No, I didn't. I didn't notice any kind of performance hit. And the game was stable. The game ran. It didn't crash any more or any less than it did before. And there were crashing issues. So, but I mean, I don't think I should have to do that. That shouldn't be like, because that's like a really hardcore thing, or that not a really hard, but that's more of a, hardcore user. Or gamer would, but somebody that just buys the game because if they want to appeal to Call of Duty fans, which is why they're releasing the game with the domination game mode, which is basically small maps. Hey, look at us, we can be COD 2. Then they're not going to be able to know that. I don't know. I hope it doesn't suck.
But it's nice that it is a true beta in that they did that with Battlefield 3 Alpha and Beta as well. It was like a real beta where they. Bugs they fixed in the final product later, et cetera, et cetera. It's not just like, here's a demo essentially of our game. Nothing you do now is going to be tweaked in the final product. So that's good.
Yeah. And I guess that's the crappy part, is because I wasn't a PC gamer when the Battlefield 3 Alpha and Beta dropped. Now, I'm sure that if I played it, I could, like, if I played the Battlefield 3 Beta, it would make it, I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, these issues are like actual things that'll be fixed. So I hope that I'm able to do that, because I don't want to overclock my PC or my CPU. I'm scared.
I'm not going to.
I'm scared.
I refuse to.
If everybody likes and favorites, I can just buy a secondary PC to overclock the shit out of it.
Yeah. And he could have that PC and he could stream. He doesn't have to stream and play on the same machine. He can play on one machine, take the feed from the graphics card, and stream it. So $100,000 for a year for a concrete podcast that's been around for almost a year.
Is it 100? I think we better 150.
Double it.
Or double it. All right, 200 grand.
Double it. 200
grand. 200 grand a year. That's about all we need. 250 because we got to pay taxes out of that.
It's a bargain. You're getting a discount.
Bargain base price here for this show. As professional as we are,
And
all the
whoever
time.
writes that check, we'll let you on for like a 5-minute segment, maybe once a month, and you can say hi
5
and
minutes
check
every
on
once a
us to see if we're up to par with where you want your money to be.
Mhm.
But you only get that 5-minute window every month. So
Well, yeah, because we got to stay true to who we are as artists.
yeah,
I mean,
that's what you're buying. You're buying like 1% of That's Not Why You Called. That's how much say you get.
But that 1% will be yours, not just like, oh, hey, we talk about you. That's your 1% of the show. Or you, once a month for 5 minutes, can kind of talk with us.
Yeah, so like when this starts becoming profitable more than it is now, whatever it gets, it's divided equally amongst the partners, the shareholders. So you get 1% of all of that, but that only goes to paying off your initial investment capital. After that, your 1%'s gone unless you re-up every year. So,
Right. Yeah.
which we highly recommend doing. We can get you on a payment plan. You can take a loan out. Those are pretty good right about now.
Yeah, just grab money from banks and stuff, right?
Mortgage your house. You'll make it
a
back.
second time.
Trust us.
A second time, it's okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
double down.
If you've got equity in that bitch, get that shit out. You don't need equity in your house. You don't need it.
You have equity in this.
Yes.
We're
This
gonna be
will
around a
be
lot longer
your
than that
equity
concrete house.
until when you try to use us as leverage at something else that we sue you and tell you that you can't do that.
And
Forcibly remove
you
it
do
from-
only have 1%, so fucking
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
You are a silent partner.
See, because we value the show at like $1 million.
Well, more than that, 1%. Oh, that is $1 million.
Is it?
No,
100 grand.
It's
No,
like
that'd be
100 million.
20%. So what 20 million?
That's
20 million would be 1%.
But that's if you give him,
If we get 200K,
yeah,
1%.
for 1%.
If $200,000 represents 1%, the show is valued at 20 million. I think my math is right there.
Katie, do the math because I think it's 200 million.
200 million?
I think it's.
I see
either
somebody
200
says
or
right on.
200.
Somebody says right on in the chat. This is what the chat is for.
I think that just means right on. Like I don't think.
No. I'm using it that way. I'm using it.
Um,
I'm using it to
It says 20 million.
20 million.
20 million. All right, so we can. That's our
We
valuation.
value the show at 20 million, but we just need. We're like that
Yeah, it's 20
Nairobian.
million.
We're like that Nairobian prince. This show is worth $20 million, but we need your $200,000
to get us
unlock
to
the potential,
unlock the rest of it.
and then we'll pay you back with a little bit of interest, maybe. Once we can, after our own expenses, and payment, and profit sharing, and after all that,
And we have to pay ourselves salaries
Right.
on top of the
Right.
profitable percentage after that. We get our salary is 10 million
Mm-hmm.
each, and then anything after the valuation of the 20 million, which is just profit at that point, that also goes to the shareholders. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
after we pay our lump sum salaries, you'll get 1% of whatever is remaining after the initial 20 million valuation.
Mhm.
There you go. Smart fucking business move. Go ahead. Take a loan out. If you're 18, this is your prime time to invest. You've got good credit by default right now. You've got a nice 750. The bank will write you anything right now. Credit card
Wait,
companies
no, they
love
won't.
you.
No, they won't.
Yeah,
no,
they
they don't.
They'll totally give you. They'll
Talk
give
to your
you a
mom and
credit
dad.
card.
Go to your mom and dad. Be like, Mom and Dad, I need your credit card for a game.
Really expensive game.
Really expensive game, $200,000. And just
In
pay.
fact, yeah. Let me refinance the house.
Mom,
and Dad.
let me talk to your financial advisor. We need to, give me the keys to my college fund, and then
Just tell them, hey, Mom, Dad, do you remember Microsoft and Google and how you wish you could have invested in them when it was a startup?
Yeah.
Use the same example. We're right here. Our shares gonna be
right here for the
astronomical.
taking.
Such good
Right here for the
influences.
Get in while we're private right now. All right. When we go
Yeah.
public, you're gonna miss your fucking opportunity. People are gonna be buying shares like crazy.
Stock options like a motherfucker. You're gonna get so many stock options.
We'll give you $1 million. We're gonna have 100 million each, maybe a billion shares each. But that million shares.
Now, don't get it confused. Stock options doesn't mean that we're going to give you stock. It means that are we to meet these arbitrary benchmarks that we set, you will then have the option to buy stock, guaranteed option to buy stock at a price we set.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And that price may be high, but if you fund it with the initial capital, we'll give you a discount.
buy low, sell high. That's all you need to know.
There you go. Get in now. Ground floor. Bill this to Walmart. Don't miss your opportunity. It only comes once a year, or once in a lifetime, not once a year.
Once a year, when we're like Christmas,
Yeah.
like, oh, it's invested in, that's not why you call time again. Oh, God.
If all of you right now just sent like,
How many
What?
people are in here? How many people are in this? In
there's
this thing?
550, so I was gonna say,
540.
yeah. Well, let's go with 550. It's a good number.
Yeah.
Okay, 550. You know, $10 at $5,000. That's peanuts. We can't do anything with that. Okay.
No. This is
We cannot
nothing
buy
we can do
two
with
sound
5,000
machines
to-
with that.
No, because we need the $3,000
We need
ones, and that's
three.
$6,000.
Yeah.
They are
We need three.
$2,000.
And we got to pay for shipping.
Yeah, and tax on that. That's like $500 in tax,
We need at least $10,000
and that's
just for that.
machines.
Just for that. Yeah.
You cannot get overhead for a nice studio, anything like that, without at least
Lighting,
$100,000.
microphones, backup PCs, backup monitors, maybe some backups to the backup in case, we want to do live remotes. We can do live remotes from your house.
And we promise multiple shows a week.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends
We're
how
not
much
that
capital is
professional.
brought up.
Depends, yeah.
So
if it
all of you
doesn't
send
interfere
in
with running our YouTube channels.
Right.
$100 each right now, of everyone listening, send in $100 each right now. We're good for at least another 2 years. That's $500,000. We're playing it by year. That's at a discount rate.
Wait, $100 from 550 people. That's
That's $500,000.
is that 500,000? No.
Yeah.
No.
Get rid of the one.
Katie, math.
If I'm wrong, we'll have to tweak the number. But
550 times a no. They would have to give 1,000 for it to be. It's 50,000. We'd have 50. We'd be good for like a week.
It's
that's not gonna.
55,000.
It's 55,000. All right. Fuck what I said. You have to send in.
Or you're off by an order of magnitude.
Yeah, you have to send in $1,000 each. We could work with $500 each if you all sent it in right now. Maybe some of you only send in 100. Maybe someone sends in 3,000. It totally depends on how much you care. You're here, you care, but I'm not seeing it really show.
And investing doesn't give you a stake in how the show is run or what we talk about.
Not at all. Not
Except for
unless
that.
you're
Except for that 5 minutes once a month.
that if you're that benefactor that throws in six figures right now, you will get your 5 minutes of airtime every month. Worth it. You'll get.
I can't wait to see all the people complain like, "Oh my god, they talk about it for this long." This is how you develop comedy bits. This is how. Because from now on, this is going to be a bit on the show.
And it's seriously going to happen one day.
It's not.
Red Bull is so going to be like, you know what? I need to invest in that.
You know what? If Google decides to invest in us and give us that money, I will link my YouTube account with a Google Plus account for the new
Google,
comments.
the ball is in your court.
Bam, Google. There it is. My
on
offer,
you.
now your counter offer. What's it going to be?
If Apple wants to throw in maybe $1 million, for like 2%, because
Yeah.
I think that's the conversion
They
we're going on.
They moved however much money overseas so they didn't have to pay any taxes.
Yeah,
in the
use the
United
no
States.
tax money to invest in other corporations that
Yeah.
you'll later sue.
Satisfy all those liberal circle jerk fuckwads on Reddit. They're like, oh, so what? Google did it. It's okay. Other companies do it.
I have an iPhone. I'm sure for that much money, Lefty will get an iPhone to use for just the show. He'll still use his Galaxy for phone purposes, but he'll use an iPhone for the sound machine. Well,
Right.
we'll use it for some because at that point we'll have 3,000.
I'll at least make people believe that I'm using Apple products to produce the show.
And that's all you need, Apple. Just hold it up once in a while, like, look at my
Like,
new
oh,
iPhone.
check out my Apple notebook that I'm checking out the chat on. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, or just wave it around on screen once in a while.
Oh yeah,
There
give
you go.
Katie an Apple. She doesn't need computing power. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, you give us 6 each. I'll juggle them. We can juggle 3
You
for
can juggle
juggling.
you would be able
No,
to juggle
3 for
six?
juggling, 3
Oh.
for promotional purposes.
Okay.
Because the 3 that I'm juggling,
Yeah, I
they
can
will
juggle
no
3,
longer-
but I can't juggle anymore.
they'll no longer be around when I start juggling 3. They will be on the floor smashed. That's why I said send 6.
I don't have anything I can juggle.
3 is a backup. Can you really juggle 3 things?
Yeah.
I watched
As long as they're
Pendulette try to show
reasonably-
someone how to juggle, and I'm like, can't do that. I can do 2 really super fast, like hardcore. I started juggling Easter eggs. That was the first thing I ever juggled. It was in 2nd grade.
Nice.
So like a badass. And it's like, do 3. I'm like, nah, not that coordinated.
No, Pendulette's like a really good juggler. That's how he got his start in show business.
Yeah, he was
a
like
juggler.
juggling like 7 fire batons or whatever.
Oh yeah, he does a bit where he takes glass bottles, breaks them, and then juggles them. juggles the broken necks.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's like, what? And that's that's a legitimately dangerous trick, because Penn and Teller usually, like, their bit is when they do when they're doing a trick, that they tell you it's a trick, and like when they're doing their nail gun trick or anything that can be dangerous.
That's
the
what I
bullet
want to talk about. The nail gun. We're gonna go to break here in a minute, but I was watching it. I watched them on Dr. Oz, and he showed the nail gun one. I thought that was so cool, like how there's gaps in between the nail guns, and then he went and he did it slow, didn't show how to do it, and then he's like, he did it in his real time speed. I'm like, holy fuck! And then he walked up and grabbed Dr. Oz's hand and punched it in, and I'm like, wow, you got to be so confident in your ability to know that shit. I mean,
but everything
I
they
wanted
do
it to go wrong,
right? But the whole time, everything they said, like when they do that, it's a trick, and we'll talk about it later. But the juggling of broken, like razor sharp bottles, isn't a trick.
No,
That's
a talent.
That's insane. And like, even if it's like fake glass, like sugar glass or whatever it is, that stuff
glass
still cuts you. It's just not as sharp, I don't think. But I think it can still be sharp.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was just like, should we spam Penn Jillette to try to get him on the show?
We should.
What an awesome first guest that would be.
We'll do that after. Well, we've had a guest on before.
Oh, we had a Wing.
We had Wings.
Wings is a friend, though. Does that really count?
Yeah, no, it doesn't count. We can't interview Wings. We know everything about him. But how about when we, towards the end of the next segment, we'll spam Penn Jillette.
We'll think about spamming Penn Jillette to try to get him on. That's not why you.
We've seen him on some shitty podcasts before. We think he'll come on this shitty podcast.
Everybody needs to like and favorite to artificially boost up the view numbers so that when Penn Jillette looks, he's like, "Wow, this is like some gold mine that I need to be."
We're better than Joe Rogan when it comes to the live
better
streams.
than Joe Rogan. Tell Penn Jillette that. I'm sure Penn will.
Somebody get a click to tweet going.
Of better than Joe Rogan. Tell Penn Jillette, we are better than Joe Rogan, and link him this stream.
And put our Twitters in it so we see too.
Yeah, and at Lefty643 and at Dr. Chiz. Although not at Little Miss Katie, because you probably need the characters for other things. Sorry, Katie.
Like Penn Jillette. But she'll be here. He'll be like, "Who's this?" Be like, "That's our producer." And he'll be like, "Wow, this is way professional."
Yep.
Boom.
All right, on the other side of a break, we've got more show coming your way. So don't go anywhere.
That's not why you called. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
Welcome back to That's Not Why You Called. Second half of the show. When we last left off, we were talking a little bit about Penn Jillette. Now, you said you were watching Penn and Teller do their nail gun trick on the Dr. Oz show.
No, that was me. That was me.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
But it's because I'm a professional, and when I step away from the mic, I mute my mic.
I do that as well.
I know you do. I wasn't digging at you.
Oh, okay. Who are you digging at?
Katie.
Oh, does Katie not do that?
Well, you called her on it one time.
No, I called her on, like, dragging the microphone across her table. So all you heard was like...
I didn't mean to.
It doesn't matter if you meant to do it. We still heard...
She farted, too.
And that's what she did. And she was dragging it across to put it near her backside. So all you heard...
Can we not talk about that? Why?
I just love doing that. Anyway, so you watched Penn and Teller do their... Did they do the nail gun trick where it was like Penn was on this long monologue about how... you can find their nail gun trick on YouTube. He did this long monologue about memorization, and he was like, the trick is to he started out slow, and he's like, if you memorize this string, you can boom, 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 and then at one point he's like boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
And then but did he do it at the end when he says this is all a trick? Because he ties it up by saying we believe that it's morally wrong to
call it magic.
Yeah, to call it magic and say that we could really get hurt doing this, because we can't get hurt doing this because it's
fake.
It's a trick.
Right, it's fake. It's a trick. And their mantra is that it's morally wrong because you make the audience complicit in risk when you do that. When you are a Chris Angel that's like, I can really hurt myself when I'm floating above the pyramids, guys. Like, no, Chris, just say it's a trick and you're not going to get hurt. Or say it's just a stunt. Because to say it's like, oh my God, you might watch me die is like, well, why are you making them feel that?
Yeah.
That's wrong, don't you think? You just tell them it's a trick and then try to be like, figure out how I did it.
The dude's a douche.
Chris Angel, yeah.
Yeah, just a fruit.
But Penn and Teller, cool dudes, really cool.
And they own the fact that they're not magicians, they're illusionists.
Right.
They don't claim to be anything else other than that.
Mm-hmm. And they're really good at debunking mentalism and all that stuff. And it's funny to hear. God, I want Penn Jillette because that's why I want him on the show because I hear him on Opie and Anthony. And Chiz, I showed you this once where he tells a story about how he was debunking mentalists, and he was talking about not David Blaine. Who's the guy that talks to dead people? South Park did an episode on him.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
But he's talking about like, and he's telling you like, but well, here's how you do
David
it.
Bowie.
Here, David Bowie, yes, David Bowie, mentalist, talking to dead people, talking to your dead grandma. Did
He
she
might
die?
be.
I'm seeing
I'm seeing an M. Is there an M?
A C is it Kath? She died of cancer. I said it first. I said cancer first.
I said it first.
I said it first. Cancer. Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to me
Bullshit.
about that. And you know, he's really humble about how he was like, you know, we wanted to do that, and we wanted to do one on Scientology, and Matt and Trey, the guys that are behind South Park, just absolutely, you know, blew bullshit out of the water on a few, and it's really cool, and just the way he tells those stories. So that's why I think Penn Jillette would be a perfect guest for this show.
Mm-hmm.
And why
And
we should spam him.
I made a click to tweet, and if you want to check it out first, and if it has the approval, we can spam it in the chat.
Yeah, sure. How does it? How do I check it out?
Just click it. You won't tweet it, but you'll see it first before you.
Okay,
wants you to
where
tweet
is it? Let me see it.
It's in the Hangout chat.
Oh, it's in the Hangout chat?
Yeah. It's right there where it says.
I don't see it. Oh, I see it now.
Up. Katie used it, so I guess that's seal of approval.
Podcast, it's better than Joe Rogan's podcast. TNWIC. This is legit. Yes.
I stole it from someone. I just turned it into a click to tweet. All right, everyone.
Tweet
Go
it.
spam that right now. I want to see our feed. If you're not filling up our feeds, tweeting at Penn Jillette, you're doing it wrong, and you're dead to us.
And
this is
you're dead
worse
to us.
than
And
baby
you're killing,
killers.
right? You're killing more babies, and you're killing puppies too.
Oh
Babies
no,
and
not the
puppies.
Yeah, you're
puppies.
killing
Well, that's
puppies.
why they gotta
Click
click the tweet.
Save
Because
the
otherwise, you got
puppies.
dead puppies. I love Penn Jillette.
Oh, there we go. My feed is really kicking off, but it could be
There we
kicking
go.
off a lot faster.
I want to
if you
see.
click
I
it.
want to see just constant roll.
There shouldn't be any pause anywhere. If this should go for the next 30 minutes. My
Like an
phone should be
odometer
just
when you're
buzzing
doing
off.
200 miles an hour, like your odometer. Just
Don't you guys want a good show? If you can't invest the $100,000, totally understandable, but you're doing it wrong again.
You're still
But
killing babies and puppies. Though.
You're still killing babies and puppies, but you can make the show better by just tweeting with that click to tweet right there to Penn Jillette. First guest ever. You know how awesome that would be? First real guest, I should
First
say.
real
That would-
guess is Penn.
You guys
Jillette.
want guests, don't you? You bitch and complain and moan about guests. Here's your guest right there. We aim for the tip of
Well,
top
not
of the
anymore because I block
mountaintop.
those people when they just bitch and complain. Like, I'm telling you what I know about you. It's like, you don't know.
But those people can't comment, but I'm sure they're still watching and listening. And if you are that vocal asshole,
And
who's
if
been
you,
going off
but
for
wait,
a
hold on a
year,
second. If you are one of those people, I fucking win, bro. Because you're blocked, but you're still watching.
have fun making another YouTube account. But you can do some good now. You can get your first amazing guest. And guess what? If we get Penn Jillette, it's just the tippy top of the mountaintop. We can go higher later, but he's pretty fucking high.
Wait,
up
at
on
the
that
tippy
totem
top
pole.
of the mountaintop, how high can we go?
Well, God's up there, right?
Don't
No.
get that started.
Right?
Well,
Zeus.
we'll
Let's go
ask
with Zeus.
Penn. We'll ask Penn when he's on the show.
Well, that's Penn. That ought to go over real
Yeah,
well.
like, Penn, what do you think? Do you think God's up
I
there?
would want to have a real conversation with him. Like, I know you told me that he forces no Christmas. He's one of those hardcore atheists that is no Christmas, and he forces that on, like, that ideology on his children.
Yeah.
I would want to question that and be like, shouldn't they have the right to celebrate what they want? Because it's the kind of same way that Christians force things on their children and stuff. That same kind of attitude. Like I believe this, you have to believe what I believe, not any freedom to do as they want. Now Penn is right in his views, but we should still celebrate Christmas.
Well, I guess it's more on, I mean, because there are other religious people that don't celebrate Christmas, and that doesn't make them wrong. But I guess it matters how hardcore he is about the whole no Christmas thing. Like, does he not go to Christmas parties for the performers of his show? Like, if there are Christmas parties, I'm assuming, I don't know. Like, is it a topic that you don't bring up? Those kinds of things? Do you not bring up Christmas or Easter around Penn Jillette? Because if he's that hardcore where he gets offended and is like, he's gonna smash, go Hulk smash, well then okay. But I hope that's not the way it is. I think it's more of like, well, I'm just gonna make this decision, but if my kids end up anyway deciding they want to celebrate Christmas, okay, I just choose not to. And
is he do you think he's a happy holiday proponent?
Well, probably at that point.
Yeah.
Or
guess so.
Maybe he's even more just happy, peace, human, dude. Like all the time. Like it should be all the time. Well, okay. I still say Merry Christmas. I don't care.
Yeah, it's just a word. I say Jesus Christ and oh my God.
Right. They're just colloquialisms.
Yeah, and I'm starting to see my Twitter feed slow down. So apparently you guys didn't hear us right.
Wow.
It needs to be going frequently, nonstop. We're just gonna stop the show if you don't.
Those are
keep
lots of dead
Some
puppies.
people are claiming to hate kids and not like dogs. So.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you. The kids thing I kind of understand, but the puppies? Who the fuck hates puppies?
You can't hate puppies.
They didn't do anything.
They're
to
saying
you.
they're
Cute.
cat people.
Wow. You
You
should
could
just
throw
go
kittens in there too if that's
die in
how
a
it's gonna
fire.
go.
I mean, fuck all of your cats. I'm gonna kill
No,
them
how about
all
kittens
personally.
getting raped by Jeffrey Dahmer?
Wow, and then he
There you go.
eats them afterwards
Oh,
because he's
boy.
a sick fuck like that. Keep the tweets rolling, or we'll just stop the
if
show
you're a cat person, you don't click on it. You are supporting Jeffrey Dahmer raping kittens
and eating them
and then eating.
after he's raped them.
But did Jeffrey Dahmer rape people? Was that
I
his
don't
deal?
think so.
Or did he just kill him?
I think he just killed and ate them. Put a little salt on the head. Eat them. Barbecue sauce. I could eat a person if there was barbecue sauce on them. Is that a
Eat
weird
anything
thing
if
to
there's
say?
barbecue sauce on them.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do.
What
That is
kind of
my-
barbecue sauce, though? That's the key. Sweet Baby Ray's or GTFO.
Yeah, that's what I have, Sweet Baby Ray's. But people say that with ketchup, like, oh, just covered in ketchup. It doesn't do the same. Barbecue sauce, I'll eat anything in barbecue sauce.
You see, because barbecue sauce can be tangy, but it also has a little sweet to it. Ketchup, and I'm a big ketchup person. I like putting ketchup on things. I'll even put ketchup on a low-grade steak. Like, I'm not going to go to Morton's and put ketchup on it, but if I get a bad steak, I put ketchup on that bitch.
Still,
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
just say
But ketchup is just tangy. Like, that's it. It's just
Yeah.
it's tang. So
No, that's why barbecue sauce is so fucking good.
Michael M, the turbo user in the chat, said yes, he did 1 kill, 2 rape, 3 eat. Got it. Wait, rape the that Jeffrey.
Wait, he raped him after he killed
Yeah,
him?
Jeffrey.
Come on, I would have had a little
Jeffrey.
more respect for you.
Jeffrey.
Why? He was a necrophiliac. Why? Come. I get the raping, the killing, and the
Right.
eating, but not in that order.
Yeah.
Have some decency. God damn it.
Wow, that's
Fucker,
messed
There's
up.
a reason you're not around anymore.
Yeah, did he got executed, right?
I think he's dead, but Charles Manson's still alive, so that's something.
Yeah, but he didn't actually kill anybody. He just made other girls do it.
Yeah, but like the leader of one of the worst and biggest cults
Right.
ever, and he's still in prison. Motherfucker, die already. Why are you still around?
How old is he?
I don't know. He was roaming around when my dad was walking in those streets.
Walking the streets.
This guy's out of prison. He's out walking the streets. How do we know? Maybe he's home banging the babysitter. Or if it was Jeffrey Dahmer, he would be killing, banging, and then eating the babysitter. And if you're not spamming that click to tweet and getting Penn Jillette's attention, if he doesn't reach out to us by the time it's next show, nothing, it's on you. We will totally kill all
What if he
the
gets
puppies.
pissed off like Hodor, though?
I don't think he's that kind
No.
of guy.
Well, what if he does?
He was
Well,
spamming my Twitter feed earlier for his make Penn bad thing. He was about to get put in Twitter jail with the rate he was tweeting. So, no, if he gets mad at just spam, whatever, mend fences. I already made a meta tweet.
Seriously. I don't think he's that kind of guy. Lefty knows Penn way better than I do. And I
Well,
don't-
please, yeah,
the
but
way-
like, how well do I know him?
Well, the
I-
way I said that, it sounded like it was
yeah,
personal.
Penn and I
Go
hang out.
golfing.
Like, we golf once in a while.
But he knows the
He
person.
flies me
Penn
out to
Jillette.
Vegas all the time.
Like
hang
if
out with
Lefty asked me
showgirls.
how do you think Adam Carolla would react to this, I'd be like, he'd probably react like this. Like Lefty wouldn't know. I'm in the same area with Penn Jillette. I'm familiar with him. I know a lot of his stuff, but I don't know to the extent his background like Lefty does. I'm sure the dude is fucking cool. Why Hodor was like that, I don't know, but he's a fucking asshole
I just don't think he understands social media.
and a cunt.
And a bitch.
And I could say some more harsh words, but Hodor don't like harsh words. So we'll leave it at that.
So yeah, let's see if we can get Penn Jillette to join the show.
I mean, that was a lot of tweets, and it's we're still going. Pause for a second, people.
And if you're watching this VOD on YouTube, the click to tweet. How long do click to tweets last?
They'll last forever. So go ahead and put it in the description of this video. You can go ahead and hit the little arrow to drop the
Let's
description
get
bigger.
Penn Jillette on this show. I will.
You
I
YouTube
will-
assholes are the ones who want the guests a whole lot.
Mhm.
So this is your chance to get something you want. If it goes well, we'll do it more with bigger stars. We'll get Barack Obama on and be like, why the fuck is
I don't
Congress
want him on the show.
so bad? And he'll be like, yo, because I'm out playing b-ball, and Congress is like, you can't be doing that. You on Oprah right now? We don't respect you, Obama.
Man, Congress be fronting Obama. What's
Seriously,
that about?
wait until midnight to hold out like a child. Like, I guess we'll sign the papers now and install the economy back to normal before
But
we
we're
hit the
back.
debt
No more
ceiling.
shutdown. No more shutdown. Debt ceiling is raised. Yeah.
Keep on raising that shit,
Yeah.
We're good until January.
When is austerity going to become a thing? When it's like
Never.
And I don't. Apparently, I learned that China owns like not a whole lot of U.S. debt.
No,
It's like the biggest single holder,
yeah,
but it's a small percentage of the total debt. Which
it's like what 3%, 10%, something like that.
something like that. It holds
Yeah.
trillions of dollars of debt, but it's not the whole debt. It's not near because people say, "Oh, we're basically owned by China now." I was like, no.
This goes
they're
back
not.
to what we were talking about. You are a silent partner in the ownership of the United States, China. Okay, know your place. The other 90% of the board still disagrees with everything you do.
And besides, China, what are you going to do when the United States just says, "Fuck you, we're not paying you"? I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, that'll kind of ruin the dollar, but still,
We don't
Just
have
say,
to pay
"Fuck
you.
you,
We don't
China."
care about the dollar. We'll borrow money from Canada. They're like 2.0 United States. Print some of that Commonwealth money with the Queen on it
yeah, we'll just do that.
over your yen, all your Wong dollars.
Is it yen or yen?
It's actually not even China. That's Japan's, I think.
Well, Japan is the yen, but China's currency is close to the yen. It starts with a Y, I think.
I think it's a K, maybe. K, look it up. I think we talked about this before, and we were calling it the yen. And it turned out to be Japan's. I don't know what China's is.
I know
think it's
Japan's
really
is the
different.
yen, but
Renminbi. It's really weird. It's
oh, so it's completely different. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
it's yuan renminbi.
Oh, so it's yuan. Yeah, okay. Is it yuan for short?
I don't freaking know.
Somebody let us know. in the
Why did I do that? No. I
What
didn't.
did you do?
What are
Adam?
you
Pick
doing
up
with
Rex. What are you
Google?
doing?
Stop it.
You don't do this thing. Why is this open?
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go. Yuan. Okay. Yuan Renminbi.
Renminbi. Renminbi.
I just want to rent my bike.
See, why can't it be something simple like Australian dollars?
Because
or...
Ching Chong. That's why.
Wow.
Whoa.
Jesus.
No, Katie.
What?
Now you know why Katie doesn't talk a lot.
I never. That's not a bad thing.
Now you know why Katie doesn't talk.
Oh my goodness.
Good job.
Because
Katie.
Ching Chong. That's why.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Okay. That's
No
why we're
further
not on the front
explanation.
page of Twitch as a podcast.
Yeah, that might
Oh
be.
goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all me, guys.
That and we're not Asian.
That's why people aren't.
Yeah,
invested.
Katie, you see what you don't understand. Your racism hurts doubly when it's on Twitch. Because I don't know if you know, but they hire a lot of Asians.
Like 80% of their workforce, I think.
Is that is that just because they're like they're all friends, or is
Friends, and I just think it buys into the Asian stereotype.
that okay, that they're good at coding and or is it just completely happenstance? Like, look, we're on the West Coast. in
near Silicon Valley.
right? And there's a lot of Asians that flock there, and it it just so happens, because it's easy to just point to and be like, oh my God, racist, but it's like, is it really, or is it just kind of the way things are? They flock there.
Well, I mean,
what's the thing from the Mighty Ducks when their pump up speech? Ducks fly together. That's
ducks
it.
fly together. Such a big
When the blah 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 and the blah blah blah, ducks fly together.
But I'm honestly
fly
curious
together.
what the racial diversity is in Silicon Valley. I bet you anything it's a lot of Asians and whites, and that's not racist. Those are just stats.
These are stats.
I would be curious to see how many
Yeah, I don't know.
blacks and Latinos there would be in Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no, I don't think we're trying to say, and I don't think anybody would say that Twitch TV has racist hiring practices, that they only want to hire Asians.
just an observation.
Might just be that they're if you open up a country, or if you open up a business in China, you're gonna have probably a lot of Chinese employees, not a whole lot of white guys or black guys. Probably not.
And that's San Francisco. A lot of whites. The West Coast in general, A lot of
So
observations.
we're demographers now.
You know what I'm curious about, Lefty? Why the hell my Twitter feed has stopped rolling through with
I don't know.
tweeting at Penn Jillette?
Dead, raped kittens, dead puppies, and babies.
You killed a baby that owned a puppy and a kitten, and the puppy and kitten died after the baby died because you're just letting them all fucking
Katie
die.
cringes every time we mention dead puppies.
I'm gonna post the thing in
Oh.
there again. If it doesn't spam right now,
We
you're making
disown
me
all
want
of
to
you.
kill puppies and stuff, and I'm not that kind of person.
Katie, why do you cringe every time?
Because I don't like it.
Look. Do you really want to make Katie this upset?
You don't.
What you're fucking doing right now? You're awful, awful people.
You guys should all feel bad about yourselves.
Get your shit together. I've just lost all respect for everyone that isn't clicking to tweet.
It's rolling out. But the government, okay. The government shutdown was like some big deal. Congress inactive, a lot of people upset. And now the government, the federal government is back on for at least the next couple months because they can run into problems again. Is anything changed?
No.
Are we still like spending a lot of money to kill people in the Middle East for like kind of no reason?
Mm-hmm.
Is that still a thing? Are we still, letting huge corporations slide on huge tax loopholes? Is that still a thing? Are we still doing that? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Nothing's changed. All we did was cover our ass so we didn't.
You've just arbitrarily been like, yeah, and you know what makes it even worse is just arbitrarily raising the debt ceiling and say, oh yeah, well never mind, we can take on more debt that we're not going to pay back anytime soon because blah, so we don't default on all our shit because that would kill the dollar. You know what would also kill the dollar? Saying that money doesn't mean anything by continually arbitrarily raising the debt ceiling so you can take on more and more cash that you're never going to pay back. It's the same effect. It's just a little bit longer term. But at some point, when is somebody going to say, hey, maybe these people, we shouldn't be spending billions, bordering on trillions of dollars a year, killing brown people in Afghanistan and all over the place. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Bring it back.
For it.
Maybe we shouldn't spend so much money. Why the hell are we sending money to Syria for anything?
Because they use chemical weapons.
Oh God, we shouldn't be doing any of that.
They're so bad.
At some point, you're going to have to be like, all right, look, either we're going to default on all this shit or we got to cut spending so we can pay it back. And I don't see that discussion happening anywhere.
We will never cut spending. Cut spending, raise taxes.
Right? And raising taxes, the rich paying their fair share, that's a part of it, yeah. But that's not the whole part of it. Raising taxes on people, even on the rich, isn't going to cover the bill. Mm-hmm. It will eventually cover the bill if you cut spending in other areas. Is Obamacare? I don't know.
Cut spending, raise taxes across the board, and raise the capital gains tax.
But you can't raise taxes across the board. You can't raise taxes across the board because that would further kill the middle class. The middle class is already getting killed.
It's already dying, though. You know, and what was it before? What are we doing now? Like, keep spending and not, lowering taxes. You can't have that. You're just gonna dig the hole fucking deeper. It's a common happiness, or it's a short happiness thing. Oh, taxes are lowered. Yeah, we're still spending. We're spending at a quicker rate than what revenue we're bringing in. We're in the red constantly. If we were on the stock market, the thing would just keep falling and falling in the valuation.
Do you see what these two?
Of the dollar.
Do you see what these two guys are doing on Twitter? Underscore tits or tits underscore tits underscore and Aaron wants it.
Well, I see they're tweeting it a lot, but why are they putting like stuff at the end?
So that they can keep
so they
tweeting
can
it.
keep tweeting it because you can't tweet the same thing all the time.
You
Why
guys don't.
are you people doing that? Why are you people not like Aaron wants it? This dude is a baller. He's tweeting nonstop.
He does not
editing
care
it.
about getting flagged for spam.
He doesn't give a
No
shit.
fucks given.
And he'll be in Twitter jail soon. Someone needs to take over for him, okay?
Yeah, you need to take care of his family while he's in Twitter jail.
Help him out, all right? I'm going to put it in here again. We're going to break here in a minute. This is your opportunity. You got nothing else to do but spam.
Spam Penn Jillette. Let's get him on this show.
And if you're on YouTube, it's okay. It's not live. But guess what? If you all start watching it, that even helps. I mean, that means he's being spammed intermittently throughout a day if you're watching the VOD.
And after a while, if you just want to send a tweet to Penn Jillette, not the quick click to tweet, just be like, hey, I know you're getting spammed. And these guys just really are a fan of you. They would love to have you on the podcast. Blah, blah, blah. There you go. That works as well.
It all works. My phone, we should be. Look at it. I get a tweet. It just keeps rolling on. Rolling along.
Wow, that's
so
insane.
Keep it coming until my phone catches on fire because it is heating up a little bit because it just keeps vibrating.
He's heating up. All right. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk a little bit about the police. 5-0.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police. Fuck them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more. That's Not Why You Called. Wrapping it up, bringing it home. Continue to spam that click to tweet. Hit that follow button. Hit the like and favorite button if you're watching on YouTube. We'll be right back.
That's not why you called. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
You should still be hitting that click to tweet. Welcome back to That's Not Why You Called. Home stretch, bringing it home for you. Everybody's tweeting Penn Jillette now. Is hashtag TNWYC trending? Because I just thought about this.
I don't know if we can get it trending. Let's look on Twitter.
Because how many tweets have there been? What is the reason to get? What do you need to get something trending? Not globally.
I also don't know how. Oh, am I? Okay, I'm unmuted. I don't know what trending works. Not for worldwide, but how do I pick just get tailored trends? I don't. If anyone can find it
Be a thing
anywhere.
that says change.
Yeah, if anybody can find it at trending anywhere on Twitter, let us know. If you are if you're in the Twitch chat, you're finding it on YouTube, all that good stuff.
If it's not trending by the end of the night, no fucking show next week. I'm going to celebrate my 21st birthday
alone,
with hobos under a bridge, drinking out of a brown paper bag. We won't have
nothing, not even like a can in the bag. He's just going to get liquor, pour it into the brown paper bag, and drink out of it.
It'll be seeping through it. It'll be pouring. I don't give a shit. I'll smell like a fucking hobo by the end of the night.
Why do hobos care? Why do they even
why do they
the jig is up, baby? Because the whole idea.
Why don't they take it? Go ahead, throw me in the slammer. It's warm. You're gonna shower me. I get fucking meals. I don't understand that. I mean, if you could pick jail or homeless, I would pick homeless still and just try to chance it. But I know some people are probably hardcore enough to go, I'll go to fucking jail. I'll risk it. You probably got homeless doing something bad. I'm sure you've got some darkness inside of you.
And being drunk in public and just drinking alcohol in public, that is such a holdover from a bygone era.
Mm-hmm.
In the day of excise taxes when you would tax people for drinking too much. Like come on. It's fine. People drink. It's cool. It's a $1 billion industry in the United States, and somehow for some reason they won't let, they won't.
Speaking of drinking in public and breaking laws, police.
The police. Oh, what a segue. See the professionalism of this show? $200 worth to. Maybe we can get Penn Jillette to invest in the show.
We could make him a co-host.
If we could make
the
Penn,
money.
Right, because he's got Penn Sunday School, but if he's looking to expand and he wants to make a weekly or bi-weekly appearance on another podcast that he can fund with money because he works for a casino and makes a lot of money as an entertainer, I'll fucking move to Vegas. Wait, are there snakes in Vegas? Never mind, fuck that.
No.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, there
You've
are.
gone in the desert.
There's snakes in the desert.
There's no. Yeah, no. I'll. Never mind. We'll stay here, but I'll do the show from here.
He can visit.
Yeah, he can visit. He can visit to Chi-Town.
He can afford a first class ticket anywhere.
He can. But anyway, this I saw this today on Reddit. I'll give Reddit credit where credit is due. Credit.
Reddit.
Police patrol officers in Minneapolis in 2014 are going to be wearing body cameras, not just dash cameras posted on the patrol car, but actual video systems attached to their uniform or body somehow, whether it be sunglasses or on the lapel or something like that. And the program is going to be starting in 2014. All officers will be wearing them. It'll be recorded all the time. What are your thoughts on that? A lot of people might be happy about this.
Yeah,
What are
I'm
your thoughts?
curious where you stand now. I'm all for it because police do the reason they're doing it is because of too many lawsuits and taxpayers having to pay out because of police doing things they shouldn't be doing, like excessively beating the shit out of someone to subdue them, et cetera, et cetera. I like that. There were a couple of testimonies in there like, yeah, I think when people are on camera all the time, they behave a different way. Don't agree with that. You shouldn't have to do that. But you wouldn't have to. This is like a Band-Aid over the issue, which is cops going and abusing their force beyond a reasonable means.
Yeah, excessive force.
The real problem is that attitude and mentality. You should know. I mean, Carlin does a good thing. You don't need sensitivity training to know, hey, don't shove a lamp up a dude's ass.
Right.
Like you should just know I've used enough force on this person. I don't need to keep beating him to a pulp to put fucking handcuffs on. That's the issue that needs to be resolved. This is a Band-Aid. Now, I like it because it makes them liable for their actions. Well, they already are, but there's evidence to be tied to it more than the testimony of the victim versus the cop. Usually it goes in favor of the cop unless the dude is fucking got an eyeball hanging out to that extent.
Right.
But it is just a Band-Aid. I mean, it's cool. I don't think cameras should be everywhere, but in this situation, it's fine. They do have dash cams already. They should be monitored and watched because they have more than civilian powers and stuff like that. So they should be monitored a little bit.
So that's a good take. I like that. I'm a little bit more cautious about it because, just first of all, the report that I saw, the Minneapolis, the city of Minneapolis, or excuse me, not the city of Minneapolis, but the report was $8 million paid out from 2008 to now in payments for damages, etc. That's $8 million over 5 years.
It's a lot of cops fucking up.
Like, is that? But that's not really that much, is it? For personal damages, for excessive force, like you're talking $8 million spread across 5 years.
Yeah.
What kind of settlements are they giving out? I guess if it's a huge number, okay, but I'm thinking if it's an excessive force charge and punitive damages and stuff for police hurting a civilian, it got to be at least $50,000-$100,000 range a pop, and that's really not that many. I mean, what do you pay out in other frivolous programs every year? So why is it all of a sudden we have to start strapping cameras on to police officers now? Because here's the thing. While, you're right, the idea is police officers are going to act differently. Those police officers still have dash cameras. And those dash cameras suddenly get turned off and the data lost, like, a lot.
This isn't a live feed going back to some headquarters either.
Right.
They could just break their camera, and they said they fell on it in the pursuit of a suspect.
So there's really they're supposed to not do it. But they're supposed to not be beating civilians for no reason either. But they still do that. So I don't care that there's department-wide rules that say you can't alter the blah blah blah. If a cop really fucks up, like really
It's
does,
gonna happen.
not just should you have called that lady a bitch or not, but like if he's just beaten on this chick for no reason, how long do you think that data is going to last uncorrupted? Because the way I'd assume it works, like you said, Chiz, it's not going to be live streamed to a central data center that's operated like out of the judiciary and an impartial third party or anything like that. The data pack is going to be on the officer's belt, and the feed from wherever the camera is going to be going to that. How long is that data going to stay uncorrupted if he really does fuck up? So the idea that they'll keep it on all the time doesn't really, because I recall some shit kicking cops in some shit kicking state in the continental U.S. Were given some tree hugging liberal guy some problem because he was protesting rodeos or something, whatever, and they were harassing him. And there's a dash cam video of it, and there's even the Freedom of Information Act request got the whole video, and it shows when they were leaving after harassing this dude, they were talking about him like ha ha ha, yeah, we're fucking with him, and one of them says, "Oh shit, I forgot to turn the camera off," and then boop. So how often do you think that really does happen? I mean, it's going to be probably more prevalent than you think. And on top of all of that, I mean, the idea that I saw in the video you were talking about, Chiz, somebody said, well, if it's fair, we need to be able to protect the officer from frivolous claims. Mm-hmm. And the whole idea that, well, if it's fair, if everybody's on camera, it's fair. And I take issue with that, because why does it have to be fair?
Right.
They're the cops. They've got the badge, the gun, and the power to fuck me up. Mm-hmm. Why should I be fair with them? Why should we be our whole entire system of justice is slanted against them, given the way I was orienting them.
Right.
Because they have the power to fuck you up. Why does it have to be fair? It shouldn't be fair. The cop should, if you're in a position where people are making claims against you, yeah, you may disagree with them, but you know what? You're the fucking police. They're not. So shut up and go, random ex-cop guy that I saw on Reddit. And finally, this is why it's a bad idea to have police officers wearing cameras. All of that is evidence, right? It's recording all the time. It's recording everything. Now, sometimes, most of the time, a police officer, he's testifying to what he saw in a criminal proceeding. When he says, I saw this guy do that. And if you disagree with the police officer, you're trying to, defend yourself, you can, if you're an attorney or if you hire an attorney, the police officer can be cross-examined. And you can get a police officer under certain circumstances, not always, because sometimes you just fucking did it, but you can get a police officer to kind of admit, yeah, I don't really think I saw what I saw. Mm-hmm. Maybe I didn't really see what I saw. But you can't do that with video. Mm-hmm. You've turned every single patrol officer now into a walking intersection camera. And these aren't moving violations we're talking about. These are no shit crimes. What happens, pray tell, when there's a special police committee convened to go through all the video to see if there's any crimes the cops missed? What if the cop's just walking down the street and he's looking one way, but his camera is looking the other way, and you see him coming, you're smoking a joint in Minneapolis. And oh, shit, the cops. And the cop doesn't see it, walks by, no problem. But that special committee starts reviewing that tape, and they see you smoking that joint. Now you're arrested. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't you have the opportunity to, okay, yeah, you don't really have a reasonable expectation of privacy, but you also have the reasonable expectation that, you know what? My life isn't on camera all the time.
Right.
Because
I'm not always under surveillance.
Sometimes you do commit a crime. You jaywalk, don't you? You smoke pot. You drink too much. Get behind the wheel of a car. When When mommy and daddy got, or when you get your first DUI, or when mommy and daddy got their DUI, did they plead no contest to the charges, or did they hire a lawyer to try to plea it down to something, or did they plead not guilty and try to get the cop on the stand, or did they try to defend themselves and talk to the police officer and use the justice system as it is to try to better the situation? Did they do that? How would that have worked out if there was video of everything?
Just moving violations. I mean, that's the whole thing. If you fight it and go to court and the police officer doesn't show up, you don't have to pay that ticket then. If you have video evidence, then they don't even need the cop to show up. It's just you're guilty. Here's your moving violation ticket.
Yep.
Because you were
And
being watched.
you know, it can be abused. I don't discredit the people that say that. The justice system can be abused, but it is designed, and I will never tire of saying this, guilty people will get away with things the way we have this whole idea of the Constitution and the rule of law. The way we have all those things set up, people will be able to get away with crimes. Yes, it is that way so that we don't put innocent people in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the solution, however, the short-term benefits, when you look at it from the right perspective, like, well, yeah, if police knew they were on camera all the time, then yeah, they would act differently. Okay, and that's true. I don't disagree with that, but I think the cost, a lot of people don't think of how far the costs go, and I don't think the solution to that, to getting police under control, is to start strapping cameras to everything and have it all be admissible as evidence in court, because that's what it is. That's not the answer. How about hire better police? Maybe? Have a better vetting process for police? Maybe in extreme cases, allow the affected civilian, the person who was beaten by that officer, maybe allow him to go after him personally, name him personally in a lawsuit. Don't hide behind the city or the state. No. I'm suing the state too, but I'm suing you, Officer Krupke, you motherfucker. I'm going after your car. I'm going after your house. I'm going after your savings account. I'm going
Your
after
babies,
everything.
your puppies, your kittens. I'm fucking mine. I'm gonna kill them.
How about that? Maybe that will kind of disincentivize, man, maybe we shouldn't really fuck with these people. Maybe that. But no, let's just strap cameras to everything because it needs to be fair. But
Drop the mic.
Reddit,
Source Corner.
Oh, shit. It is. What time is it?
We got 10 minutes left.
10 minutes.
Donde está mi thesaurus?
Go find it. And while we're doing Thesaurus Corner, there's a lot of hand gesture counting while Lefty reads off. During that, you need to hit the click to tweet. Tweet Penn Jillette. Tell him Thesaurus Corner is going on. I think it would be fun with him because he's so smart. I bet he could know all of the words. If he played along, he'd be like, yo, page 6, third from the bottom, and he would read them off quicker than Lefty.
Well, especially because this is a small S. I mean, there's not
Blame her
really
for
that many words
I didn't get you that.
to it.
I wouldn't have got you that. I would have got you a library card.
Having fun ain't heard when you have your library card. All right. I got the thesaurus.
Wait, did I? What's the score?
1-1.
Is it
1-1?
1-1?
Yeah, we're in a new set.
We're in a new set. Okay.
Katie goes first.
Katie goes first. Here we go.
What are we doing? One word or 2 words? Katie?
Let's do one word and then 2 words? 2 words. 2 words.
2 words.
We'll see where we are at the end of it.
Okay.
2 words. Katie, are you ready? Thesaurus Corner. Tied 1-1. Are you ready?
Stop.
Left or right panel?
We'll go right,
Uh-huh.
4th from the bottom.
1, 2.
Oh, don't be a 3-worder.
Pulling a Katie.
Hook. A noun. If you mean the
Damn
noun
it.
when you say hook, you can also say lock, catch, or clasp.
Come on, freaking really?
Riri?
dang it.
Riri? Did you just say Riri?
Ching chong.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Okay. That was a Katie at 3.
All right, Chiz, you ready?
All right.
Here we go.
Stop.
Okay. Left or right
left.
panel?
Left. 3 from the top.
Uh-oh, tie ball game.
What?
The word is ornament. Now, if you mean to say ornament, as in the noun, you can also say embellishment, adornment, beautification.
What the?
Fuck.
That's why I said tie ball game. Katie, you got to step it up.
Freaking okay.
You're the one that bought this one that has all the 3-letter words in it, not
Okay,
me.
well, we'll get you a better one.
All right. Leather bound, high gloss paper. All right, are you ready?
Stop. We'll go left side, second from the top.
Ooh, this is good. Each. If you mean to say each, you can, and by each you mean every, you can also say all, any, one by one, separate, particular, specific, private, several, respective, various, piece by piece, individual, personal, without exception. If you mean to say for each time, person, or the like, when you say each, you could also say individually, proportionately, respectively, for one, per unit, singly, per capita, a piece, separately, every, without exception, by the, per, a whack, a throw, a shot. I don't know. There were asterisks by those, but a whack. There we go.
That was 30.
30. Chiz, you need 30 to tie, 31 to win. Are you ready?
Yeah. Stop.
Ooh.
Second from the top left.
The word is function. If you mean to say function, you can also say employment, capacity, and use.
Oh, oh my goodness, that's great.
Damn it.
Yeah,
fucking
2-1.
Katie's.
Good job, Katie. Katie emerges
Yeah.
victorious from
About
this
damn time.
thesaurus corner.
Bullshit.
Yeah, how's it feel?
2-1? Is that 2-1 now?
Yeah.
2-1, yeah.
All right.
2 Katie's. Fucking 3 out of 4 were Katie's.
Yeah. Well, it'll change if I get a bit bigger thesaurus. I think they're.
If I don't fucking start winning these, it's going to start turning into a chiz. Fucking 3-word ones. Worthless words. Why are you in a fucking thesaurus?
Can we talk about, to close out the show, Reddit is not profitable?
Yes, go.
According to the Business Insider, and according to the Reddit CEO Yishan Wong, who looks suspiciously like the guy from Mythbusters, the Asian one, not the bald
Grant.
one. Grant Imahara?
Yep.
Imahara? Yeah. Grant
Close
Imahara.
enough.
He kind of looks like Grant Imahara in this picture.
Something killed your dad in Vietnamese.
Dr. Chiz, ladies and gentlemen.
This time it wasn't me.
Yeah, at least it wasn't. At least it wasn't.
Ching chong.
Here's what Yishan Wong had to say after he was trying to justify changing up the default subreddits that show up on the reddit.com homepage. He said, quote, "Yep, the site is still in the red. We are trying to finish the year at break even or slightly above to have a margin of error, though. We are thinking of posting a public graph with no numbers but updated regularly with the relative amounts of revenue versus expensive on a quarterly/monthly basis so that people can see how far/close we are from being profitable. There's a common misconception that we are, quote, part of a billion-dollar conglomerate and or already very profitable, so why keep giving them money? That is kind of frustrating for us. Reddit was given its freedom when we were spun out, so the price of freedom is paying our own way and no one else is paying the bills. A graph like that might help make things more clear. Reddit is pulling in 70 million page views a month, and they cannot meet expenses."
Yep.
Now, it's not mentioned in this specifically. It's not mentioned in this Business Insider piece specifically, but you know it is probably a huge part of that? Ad block.
But they don't have that many ads. They even said that in the article. Like, we could sell ads we could fill it up with ads, but we don't choose to do that with our site.
Well,
which
right.
is the Facebook mentality too. They did that at first.
But that also, when there's fewer ads to block, I mean, Chiz,
Right.
on anybody that runs a YouTube channel, and YouTube has a lot of ad block issues, gaming journalist websites, Destructoid, Kotaku, and they're part of Gawker Media Assets, and all these other little spin-off places have all come out and said, look, please stop running ad block. It's about a 50% rate of people that block advertisements on the internet. Why should we think Reddit is any different? Why would Reddit be any, especially because the reason I think they don't mention it in the Business Insider piece is because Reddit is a voting aggregate site, meaning there's a lot of groupthink going on. There's a lot of hive mind kind of the popular opinion stays at the top and everybody sees that, and so everybody eventually starts to think it. And this has been studied and shown to be kind of a thing, the idea of the Reddit hive mind, or some people call it the circle jerk. That's a thing. And one of the things Reddit is vehement about is ad block. There are, every time the notion of ad block and advertising on the internet comes up, all the top posts are about how to run an effective ad block gambit. All the plugins you need, everything. So if anything, there's no reason to believe that Reddit is vastly different from other websites that are around a 50% ad block rate of monetizable impressions. There's no reason to think they're different, other than they might even be worse with how so vitriolic that those people can be about blocking advertisements. And if it's intrusive, I don't want intrusive, so you better put this little block ad that's away from my browsing things, and then that'll be okay, and then I won't run ad block on your site, Reddit. Well, guess what, you stupid fucking idiot? How much do you think that people pay for that? Those ads won't monetize very well. So, and 70 million views. What would it, if a YouTuber was guaranteed 70 million views a month? Even if half those were ad blocked, that YouTuber's making what?
Like $300,000,
something like that. Some huge amount monthly. But Reddit can't keep up with their own costs, and it's not like Reddit. Does Reddit have? I mean, they don't really have to pay for the bandwidth of all the images posted to that image site, all the image site, all the meme sites. They don't pay for that. They just point to them. They're like iTunes. Other people, cover the hosting costs for all that stuff. And so it's, a lot of it. And like you said, Chiz, and there's also the component of, well, they feel forced into a corner because if they do start running more intrusive ads that monetize at a higher rate, which allow them to cover costs, everybody in Reddit freaks out and turns on ad block. Right. And so it's funny that damned if you do, damned if you don't.
They're barely going to break even. Twitter also is in a situation where their valuation right now is like $1 billion, and they pull in maybe $100 million, I think, something like that. They have $1 billion valuation. They only pull in $100 million or something. And it's not very monetizable right now, Twitter. You can get those promotional tweets, but that's right. It. It's not like they're running intrusive ads in your timeline, which thank you for that, but I also don't want to see Twitter go under. Same thing for Reddit.
Right. I don't know what's monetizable about Twitter. What can you do there? I don't know. But Reddit, there's banners everywhere. Yeah. They just don't do it because the hive mind freaks out. And they encourage everybody to turn on ad block or go to whatever other sites there are, aggregate sites, that don't do that. Because how dare you look, it all comes back to this. If you want free entertainment, you're going to be advertised to. Otherwise, it's just not sustainable. The free entertainment model isn't sustainable unless you're advertised to. Otherwise, you're either going to have to start paying for the content, or the ads are going to be more subliminal. And then there's nothing you can do about it. Then that's when you see YouTubers take on paid partnerships. Then you wonder, well, why do they only use, Razer products? I hate Razer. Why do they use Logitech products? I hate Logitech. Why do they only use NVIDIA graphics cards? I'm an AMD guy. Why? Well, because you block ads because you feel, for some reason, you feel that you should be able to consume free entertainment and not be advertised to. You get advertised to. DVRs are killing the cable business. Killing it. Because, I don't want advertisements.
Just fast forward through that shit.
Then, okay. Well, then guess what? Reddit isn't going to be profitable. And then you're going to complain when Reddit goes down. And then you complain when, there are more intrusive ads played, or that when people start hawking things native to videos and to TV shows. Then you complain about that. You complain about First Down Line brought to you by Mitsubishi. You complain about that. Well, don't use your DVR to fast forward through the NFL commercials. No such thing as a free lunch. That's as true today as it was when that phrase was coined. But for some reason, because it's on the internet, people are like, I shouldn't buy. No, you are. It's okay. It's okay to be advertised to.
Okay. It's okay.
Chiz, how many times do you think you're advertised to a day?
I don't know, because I pay for a subscription model on Twitch. Otherwise, I'd probably be advertised to a lot. Spotify does that because I don't pay for Spotify subscriptions, so I get ads every couple of songs, which is not a big deal.
You watch YouTube videos?
I'm just one of those people. I've never given a fuck. The only time I bitched about ads was during the Breaking Bad finale because it really broke the momentum of it. There was literally a 5-minute ad every 10 minutes. At that pace, it's a lot. But like a pre-roll, I don't give a shit. 15, 30 seconds, go ahead. If it's longer, I'll hit skip. It's not that big of a deal. I don't give a shit. I don't know why people freak the fuck out because they're not watching their content right then and there. Give it 10 seconds. It's got to be okay.
And even if it's a skippable ad, even if it's 45 seconds, a minute, it's a big deal. I mean, you can skip it if you want to, but it's okay. You buy things, don't you? Have you ever bought something from something you've been advertised? Have you ever bought a product from a company that has advertised to you? Do you want to know why you did that? Do you think you know why that may have happened? Why you bought that Coke over Pepsi? Why you bought Nvidia?
Because the polar bears.
Because of the polar bears.
That's what got me. That was good marketing.
That was good.
They advertise to me every time I sit in the movie theater. I've got like good 20 minutes of just Coca-Cola and Fandango. Mm-hmm. They got me. I'm using their app.
Yep.
I'm a sucker.
I had the little Coca-Cola semi-truck. As a toy.
I get a lot of polar bears.
Yeah.
Polar bears are cooler, I think.
Polar bears
Pepsi doesn't have shit. Pepsi had who was the hot chick for Pepsi for a while?
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears? Yeah. That went.
How'd that go,
south.
Pepsi?
Yeah. Maybe there's a reason you're in the number 2 slot.
Pepsi also was looking to hire Miley Cyrus a couple months ago.
Wasn't.
Are you serious?
No, but would that surprise you?
No. You were going to say something, Katie?
For some reason, I was thinking that Pepsi with Tiger Woods.
Did they sponsor him?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean,
Pepsi.
I just looked it up. They actually dropped him.
I know Buick.
I wonder why.
All that stuff went by.
I'm surprised people are still buying Buick-made cars. How is that? What?
They're comfortable.
I guess, but
there's always old people around.
But it's not. It's like Buick. It's not a Ford, but it's not a Cadillac either. It's
exactly. It's that horrible hybrid.
We are so close to breaking a record right now.
What record?
One more topic, and all of our pre-planned topics have been covered.
What was one more topic?
A mystery topic.
Oh yeah, you had a mystery topic that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, so I bought a domain almost a year ago to date.
Oh, I know what
and
that
is. It is going to expire on the 28th of October.
Oh no. Good.
I'm not re-upping it because I'm
You're
that
not
much
re-upping
of a cheap,
Dude Sandwich?
I'm that much of a cheap fuck. If you've never been to dudedudesandwich.com, you can go to dudedudesandwich.com. There's a great infographic there. It tells you everything. You will get a lot of the inside jokes that we used to make reference to.
All right, go to Dude Sandwich.
That was during a normal live stream. That was not.
That was
before the show.
DudeDudeSandwich.com. Get your fill before it is lost to the internet forever. There's probably a Google cache of it.
I was really hoping that a porn site would come to me and want to buy that, but it just didn't happen this year.
Not a lot of gay porn sites looking to sell DudeDudeSandwich.com.
It's fucking gold. That is beautiful.
DudeDudeSandwich.com.
You have two dudes and they sandwich.
If you have any inroads in the porn industry, people that buy up domains,
I'll sell it cheap.
Hit up Chiz. He'll sell you
5 figures. That's it.
He'll
You can have
sell you
it.
dudesandwich.com. What a perfect end. We're going to end the show there. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. It was
No, we're going to end it with you need to hit the click to tweet one more time. Spam Penn Jillette.
Tell him you want him on That's Not Why You Called. We'd love to have him. He's probably be a great guest. Thank you for episode 20. Thank you for everybody that's made 20 episodes of this, plus whatever was at the Lefty Show possible. We hope to keep bringing you kind of mildly entertaining content for free.
Next week will be fun.
Next week will be fun because Chiz will be blackout drunk and we'll have to help.
Unless Penn Jillette is on, in which case I'll.
Because Penn Jillette does not drink or smoke. Has never taken a drug of any kind, I don't know. I'm sure he's probably medication, but never had a sip of alcohol or anything like that. Doesn't drink caffeinated coffee, anything like that.
Do you think he'll hate me then? I mean, I do all. On that day we'll be.
No, I don't think he hate. I don't think he would hate me for that. Anyway,
I would not do anything for him.
Thank you guys for joining. Check us out on Twitter at Lefty643, at Dr. Chiz, at Little Miss Katie. If you're watching this on Twitch, be sure to hit that follow button. Gaming live streams throughout the week, as well as this is where the live streams are now forevermore. And if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. You'll be daily videos, daily uploads, great stuff. You'll enjoy totally. And Dr. Chiz on twitch.tv/Dr. Chiz Minecraft streams and GTA 5 one day. Fucking take a break, goddammit.
One day. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the bring the description down thing. Hit the click to tweet right there in that general vicinity, and tweet Penn Jillette and just say hi. We would love you to be on this show.
Yes. All right. Thank you guys for joining. We hope you enjoyed. We're out.